Joining me now from the French spa town is our International Affairs Editor, Philip Turle. Philip, obviously this is very much a developing story. We just saw Donald Trump talking there. We know that he will be meeting Volodymyr Zelensky later today. Any other details having emerged so far?
Well, I think that was one of the key questions being asked this morning at this very bizarre meeting before it actually got underway of the heads of state of most of the G7 standing around for like 25 minutes waiting for Donald Trump to appear before he did at the same time as Emmanuel Macron and Volodymyr Zelensky. Now, there were rumours that Volodymyr Zelensky and Emmanuel Macron had been talking in private before this meeting, but really it was very strange not to see Donald Trump with the other leaders of the G7 discussing matters before Zelensky and Macron came into the room. So that has now gone ahead, that meeting, and one of the points that was put forward was, one of the questions was, will Volodymyr Zelensky and Donald Trump meet afterwards for a face-to-face meeting? It wasn't certain that was going to happen because Donald Trump doesn't really have much allegiance towards Volodymyr Zelensky, but it appears now that that is the case, and there is going to be a discussion between the two men later today. So as far as the other members of the G7 are concerned, that is certainly a very positive point to put forward. The other interesting point put forward by Donald Trump was that he said he was going to put pressure on Russia to negotiate some kind of ceasefire deal in the war in Ukraine. The members of the G7 have come here this time round determined to try to show that Ukraine has taken the upper hand in this conflict. Ukraine can now fire drones into Russia as easily as a Russian can fire drones into Ukraine, and trying to make Donald Trump understand that now he can back the winner in this. Now he can back someone who is going to maybe win this war, not the loser, because Donald Trump always hates losers. It appears that these talks this morning may have convinced Donald Trump to try to switch allegiance, to show more support to Volodymyr Zelensky. But all of this needs to be clarified. We were just getting the first reports out from these talks just a few minutes ago. But it looks like so far so good as far as the efforts of the G7 are concerned to try to bring Donald Trump on board to be more in favour of supporting Ukraine than in favour of supporting the Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Philip, of course, the other key topic is the US-Iran deal, which again is going to be the subject of discussions later today when Qatar, the UAE and Egypt join talks on the future of the Middle East. Before I come back to you with a question, let's just take a listen to what Donald Trump had to say about the agreement.
We have our deal done with Iran, and it should be successful. It goes to a second stage, which I think will be actually easier. But we have a deal that's a fair deal. It's a good deal. We are not investing any money in Iran, by the way. That rumor got out.
So, Philip, what exactly is the sentiment concerning the signing of this memorandum of understanding?
I think there is a demand here at the G7 for more clarification. That appears to be the word, clarifying, being spoken by many, wanting to know exactly what this page-and-a-half deal contains, because no one seems to know right now. Very few people have been offered any kind of insight into what Donald Trump, the United States and the Iranians have actually agreed to. This is all going to be signed on Friday. Donald Trump has said that he may give more information about this deal before the signing ceremony takes place. We still don't know if it's Donald Trump who's going to be in Geneva for the signing, or whether it's going to be J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, who will sign in place of Donald Trump. But that signing ceremony is due to go ahead on Friday. I think also the meeting you referred to this afternoon on the Middle East, which has brought in Qatar, the United Arab Emirates and also Egypt, will be discussing the opening of the Strait of Hormuz. That is the most important issue here, the start again of shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, oil shipments, which have caused so much damage to the world economy over the past 2 months. That is certainly on the negotiating table. And also, I think another subject that's going to be discussed is how much money is going to be handed over to Iran to help it rebuild. Donald Trump is hoping that those Gulf nations are going to put their hands in their pockets to come up with $300 billion worth of money to help rebuild Iran as a result of this deal that he signed with the Iranian authorities. That also, I think, has worried some in the Middle East about the fact that Iran will come out of all of this completely galvanized and a greater threat to solidarity and security in the Middle East as a result of this peace deal. So a lot of anticipation about what is in it, but I think a lot of relief also, not just from the Middle East, but also from the other main G7 nations taking part in this summit, that the Strait of Hormuz will, if Donald Trump is telling things as they will be open fully from this Friday.